very good set rather in this time around, and along with that there has been quite many developments with respect to the order pipeline, with respect to the new acquisition that the company has been undertaking. Let's understand more on that. We are being joined by Mr. Ravi Vishwanathan, who is the Managing Director, and R. Vedhanathan, Global Chief Financial Officer, also joining us onto the show. A very good morning, gentlemen, and thank you so much for your time. And firstly, congratulations on a good set of earnings. And we see that there has been a significant surge in your Q3 EBITDA, as well as profit numbers, what you have reported versus a loss figure in previous year. Firstly, give us some sense, Mr. Vishwanathan, if I may come to you, that how sustainable are these numbers in the times ahead? What could be the immediate triggers for you to grow into FY27?
Good morning, Suchi, and thank you so much. It's been a spectacular quarter for us, and it's coming on the back of some very sustained development that we have been focused on. In the last earnings call, we have spoken about the India business and the opportunities that we see in India. India is a phenomenal economy right now, and we are in the beginning of that supply chain side. So we are able to capitalize on many of these opportunities. So India saw a very, very handsome growth. We grew 5.5% sequentially, and both the segments, the ISCS segment and the GFS segment in India, has done very well. ISCS grew by almost 4.6% on a sequential basis. And that kind of gives us an indication on the sustainability of this growth. On the overall company performance, very solid numbers, with the revenues going up by almost 7% year on year, and the EBITDA improving by 32%. The EBITDA improvement comes on the back of some of the initiatives we have taken in terms of managing costs and better discipline. And I think all of those efforts that we have been speaking about over the last few quarters have paid off, and we continue to see this momentum. Very sustainable growth as we go forward. We look at the pipeline, it's at about 6,300 crores. All of that indicates to a very strong momentum, which we will build on as we get out of FY26 and into FY27. And that is something which we're very excited about.
Okay, so that sounds good. Also, talk to us about what is the outlook going ahead when it comes to your overall revenue growth. You're targeting this number to be around mid-teens, and your SE margins are also expected to improve sequentially going ahead. Talk to us about how sustainable this move is going to be in FY27. If you could quantify the kind of growth that you're expecting on both of these metrics.
Sure. Like I said, the revenue growth has been on double digit on a year-on-year basis, and that's the focus. And to see how we can move it to early teens to mid-teens as we progress during the quarters. Our pipeline gives us the confidence, and it has a lot of deals which we expect to close in the next couple of quarters, which will build on this momentum. India has been a phenomenal market for us. We won quite a few large deals. A very large deal that we signed with fairly well-known international energy in the alternate energy space, which is a sustainable revenue which will deliver in excess of 250 crores of revenue annually, which we signed in Q3, and that will give us the momentum in India. We are seeing significant uptake in the volumes on the forwarding business from India. So GFS is a great story simply because in spite of very suppressed rates, the overall global macro puts a lot of pressure on the ocean and air freights, but the volumes have been phenomenal. The regions and the teams have been working hard to build on those volumes, and we're very bullish about the opportunity as we go forward. From a revenue perspective, pipeline is very strong. We've got some very strong deals which will give us momentum into the next few quarters. India, like I said, grew sequentially on the ISCS segment by 4.6%. We see that sustained momentum. We think that the ISCS segment will continue to grow at between 4 and 5% as we exit Q4 and into Q1. So overall, I would say a very strong outlook from both the pipeline and the revenue conversion perspective.
Right, that's great to know. But Mr. Vedyanathan, let me come to you then. And interesting announcements being made by the company just from the start of this year. And in the latest, we understand that you have acquired Swami and Sons 3PL for 88 crores. Help us understand what was the rationale behind it, because this one is indeed in the FMCG side. And along with that, will this acquisition be margin dilutive in the near term? Because I see that the margins for this company was close to 3%, but give us your sense on that.
Sure. I think the acquisition of Swami and Sons is a great going forward for the India business. We are very strong in automobile and FMCG business in India. I think this acquisition gives us a big jump into the FMCG supply chain business. And as rightly said, it will be margin accretive both on EBITDA, PBT as well as an ROC perspective. And as we get into this business in the next financial year, I think the outlook is extremely positive for us. And from a synergy point of view, this is a very relatively regional player. And being TVS SCS, we have a lot of opportunities for us to expand into the other parts of India.
So, if I might just add, FMCG is a very strategic entry for TVS SCS. India is a consumption-led economy, and being part of this consumption-led economy as a leader in the supply chain space gives us a tremendous window to grow as we step into the next fiscal year.
Okay, and also talk to us, Mr. Vedyanathan, about the exposure that the company has to North America. I believe it's quite significant. And given the way the trade deals recently have been announced with US, UK, EU, India has been foraying on all of those fronts. Talk to us about how, if at all, this will provide any advantage to the business and your international business. How is that expected to shape up on the back of all of these developments?
Sure. If you look at the trade deals that we have signed, India has signed with various countries, it will have a direction. I think it is positive for the overall industry as a whole. If you look at TVS Supply Chain Solutions, I think the GFS business will have definitely positive momentum in the short term, because overall volumes will go up, especially between India and the US. That is good for TVS Supply Chain Solutions. And from an integrated supply chain solutions point of view, I think we are already a large player in the US, because it'll add to the momentum where we are already present there. I think it is a positive, and going forward, we expect a lot of volumes to pick up both on the ISCS as well as on the GFS business.
Okay, on that note, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us, Mr. Vishwanathan, as well as Mr. Vedyanathan. Thank you so much for your time. Wishing you good luck for the quarters to come, and hope to interact with you once again at that time too. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, viewers.